Alright guys, TacticalRab back again today. Hope you're all doing well and enjoying your day so far, as Fnatic finally confirmed their 5th player going into 2022. Also some further reaction to the Night's Valorampage tournament going on right now. Vanity's discussing the ban and protect system and how it needs to be changed going into future events. Very much intrigued to your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hitting the like button is the best thing you can do. Top of the channel reached new people, please do subscribe as well. If you have not yet already, loads of new subs recently, really appreciate it. On the road to 10k most certainly. First of all, this from Purist. We looked at a load of his reports over the off-season really, with it, well, roster changes happening over at VLR. He's joined Dot, so it seems like Dot really trying to, well, build the Infinity Stones, have a great core of roster leagues. Like, no one is safe from these guys. George Geddes, Purist, of course, over there, of course, and now as well. Thought was cool to see. This also from George Geddes. Drone, who's been inactive on the TSM team for quite some time at this point. Former Counter-Strike player, goes over to Valorant for TSM initially, and it doesn't really, well, things don't particularly work out for him. Of course, understandably so, Drone's probably going to get released here by TSM because they just confirmed their new roster. We looked at it in yesterday's video, and yeah, the former TSM player is free to find a new team, but it doesn't look like anything is necessarily on the table for him as of yet. As well, George describes in the article, Drone has been on the bench of TSM's roster since July the 5th, and it's unlikely he'll compete for a professional organisation at this time, since most teams have locked in their starting 5 already. But yeah, difficult timing, I guess, for him, because he might have been sitting there collecting a bit of a paycheck on the bench, and now, well, by the time it actually comes for him to be released, most organisations have already got their organisation, well, their roster set in stone for the upcoming season. But I'm sure many changes to come, because some big name teams, I'm sure, will not make it through to challenges as they might expect to. And this, of course, the roster right now. So Corey, Rossi, Sabrosa, Wardell, and Levy, and then we've got, you know, Bang and Drone right here sitting inactive. And yeah, Drone seemingly is going to be out of there relatively soon as well. These guys look to try and climb the ladder once again after a difficult end to 2021. This then from Fnatic, of course, one of the teams that has an automatic qualification spot into challenges for, well, the EMEA region. Fnatic, of course, given they went to champions and it, well, did pretty well, all things considered, on the season. Brave, I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce this, not particularly familiar with this player. They describe him as Brave, I'm just going to go with that. And well, he's joining the team as their 5th. I'm pretty sure there was another player that was in consideration. They might have been trialing a few different players, but interesting, they've gone with someone like a relatively unknown, a Russian player in Brave, not like a major name or anything that people are familiar with. So very interesting, because I think going down this route, it means you can potentially pick up some guys and some talent that other organisations are overlooking because they're not quite at that point yet. Interesting really, because a lot of these type of players, generally, you might see them in academy squads and stuff like that before they come into a main roster like Fnatic, but I guess they've trialled a few guys. They reckon Brave's the way to go, and they bring another nationality onto the team. Russian player, pretty cool to see, frankly. As you can see in the article, Brave, okay, he played for One Breath Gaming last year, finishing 2nd in the last CIS Challengers event of 2021, just missing qualification for the playoffs, right? So definitely a notable player, but no incredible accomplishments as of yet. Of course, they ended up falling to Crew Esports, and well, Doma left to TenZ, or they kicked Doma to TenZ. So yes, he's coming into the team. Another nationality alongside Magnum, Durka, Mystic, and Boaster, of course, rounding out the lineup. So exciting to see how these guys go into the new year. And let's talk about this real quick then. So the European Challengers, kind of, well, the final qualifier for Challengers is going on right now. This is the closed qualifier. And yesterday, they basically run through the lower bracket. So it's LDN United that take down TenZ, Vitality take down Alliance, and then LDN win against Vitality despite losing to them 2-0 in the very first quarterfinal. So then they are the other team that has a great chance here of making it through as, well, the final teams. So, well, from this qualifier, only 2 teams will make it through. Excel versus G2 is very exciting. Excel have been looking really good as of late. There was some talk from Patty Tech. They're like, look, Ascend, they're a great team. They're close to perfection, but, you know, they think they can beat them, right? And they think they're certainly not unbeatable at the present time. And then G2 right there as well in the upper final. If they lose this, or whoever loses this, they'll play LDN to qualify as well. So very exciting to see how this one goes. Only 2 of these 3 teams will make it through to challenges in the European side. Of course, we're going to see very similar stuff in the North American side in, well, just a week or so's time. This also from Cloud9. Were you expecting anything less? So, well, the Knights Arena Valorampage going on right now. 2-0 against a Crew. So a Crew, we talked about this a couple of days ago. Finally, they lose a series that, pretty sure their first series lost in like 34 series or something. And, you know, Cloud9, obviously a very worthy opponent. Going to be difficult to take down. But yeah, a Crew Stralis, people were describing them as, because they've been looking really good as of late. And as Vanity says, we did the impossible. We dethroned a Crew Stralis. Of course, you know, joke about Astralis. Playing Ghost or Pioneers tomorrow. So exciting, well, series that really went down here. Finally, a Crew fall short. But yeah, very exciting to see how they fare, of course, in the last chance qualifier. Not the last chance qualifier, the open qualifier for the North American Challengers. Because C9 are already going to be through, no doubt. They already went to champions. They've got the bye straight into challenges regardless. So it's going to maybe 8 more teams that qualify from the North American sides. Are a crew quite good enough to make it happen? Like, a lot of people say they are right now, but of course, look, against Cloud9, it's going to be tough. They lose this one 2-0 pretty comfortably, and I was generally impressed because the compositions between the teams were completely changing around. Like, Mitch had the Jet right here, then Zeta was pulling out the Jet, like, you know, who knows what's going on. They were basically just messing around, frankly, it seems, with their compositions a lot of the time, and just having a bit of fun with it, and still doing more than enough to win this series quite comfortably. 13-6 on Binds, and then game 2 was 13-7 on Ascent, so wasn't really all that close at the end of the day, just really showing the class that Cloud9 have right now, getting some great practice here going into the new season. Of course, well, a lot of the other teams that actually have the buys, Sentinels, NV100, Thieves, we really haven't seen them play all that much at all yet, so good to see Cloud9 getting some practice here early on. This is the bracket as it is transpiring, so yes, Cloud9 versus Ghost Gaming, that's a semi-final. On the other side is Renegades versus the new NRG squad that is, well, happening on the lower side, so definitely some exciting games to continue with here on this front, but as Zeta says, was very fun with the crew. I think Jet is hard, right? So definitely a lot of different players trying out the Jet right now on Cloud9, definitely not trolling at all, as Ye is going to describe here in just a second, but some thoughts definitely have been raised about the state of ban and rotate in the game. So we looked at this a few days ago, that this Valorampage tournament is pretty much the first one we have seen, at least in the North American region or outside of, I'm pretty sure there might have been one tournament in Korea or something that used this before, but the idea is both teams go through and they get to protect one agent effectively. So most people just protect Jet and then someone else they like, and then the teams get to go and ban a couple of agents between them. So some people have said, look, is this a good idea that you can ban particular agents? Is there enough variety in the game right now to make that viable, or actually does it take away from competitive integrity because the teams need to adapt to something on the fly? You could argue, okay, they should have to adapt to something, or they should be able to adapt to something, but if they're prepared with this particular composition and then that agent is all of a sudden not there, like, that's going to throw off their preparation, their strats, this type of stuff, not exactly in the ideal way. That's maybe why Cloud9 are just kind of winging it right in this tournament so far. And as Vanity says, Vanity takes what they need to do with it to actually make it viable is do it map by map, because they're just stupid to do it for the entire best of 3. He reckons that if you, like, you know, you do the ban and protect before the series begins, it's very different on certain maps to others, right? If Astra gets banned or if Viper gets banned, like, well, that's going to impact you differently on different maps in the game. So, you know, that's kind of why I think they're kind of thinking, all right, let's just do this every single map if we are going to do it, as opposed to for the entire best of 3. Definitely a change he feels needs to be made, but still exciting to see how this goes nonetheless, and just some reaction to it, really. Gangster right here for Knights. Like, I think agent bans are super fun, but definitely needs to be on a per map basis. I like them a lot, it's fun, but for a competitive POV, it needs to be map by map. So Vanity reckons, yes, it's actually, you know, it's good, it's fun, it could be competitive, but needs to be on a map by map basis. That may be a change we see going forwards, and maybe eventually Valorant and, well, Riot in general come through with this for the major tournaments, but probably no time soon. This also from Ye just wanted to mention, because of course a lot of players watching this tourney and how C9 are running it. 999 IQ play to switch duelist every single game to remain unpredictable. Maybe that is the strategy in a kind of a ban and protect format. Everyone switches up their playstyle, play a very, like, kind of puggy style, and well, maybe that's actually the play, right? So maybe, who knows, they're ahead of the meta on this front. I don't know why people say they are trolling, he says. And well, just to finish out with this, I thought from Hayes over the NRG side, thought was certainly an interesting suggestion, no doubt, here to Moose, that, you know, maybe a new map, that whatever map they release, like he reckons, you know, 8 bomb sites and 4 teleports, right, just to make things complete chaos. But yeah, maybe they can have cameras all over the map. There can be access to the terminal in the middle, think like Among Us style, right? That would be kind of interesting. Not sure it's a great idea, but every map in Valorant has this kind of quirk, right, that they brought in. So maybe this is one that happens down the line. Maybe not the next one they come along with, but yeah, maybe get Hazed involved on the developmental front. But very much intrigued to your thoughts and all this stuff in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit on the like button, tells the YouTube gods this is a good video. I'd just like you to see it as well, and help grow the competitive Valorant community. Thank you as always, take care, and I will see you next time.
I think I just want to kind of refresh myself on this map, because last time we saw it, it was kind of like that pinnacle of the map coming out, and we weren't really sure what to expect from it. And what is going on?
I like this, because because
yeah?
that's the alliance that trying to pinch through. And somehow they're going to come out. Dom back with 2 dirty shots, and actually we'll find... What the hell was that pistol round?
I'm really excited.
Trying to slow down and catch people in rotation. It does work out for Mitch. There we go. It's a nice kill onto 1. And to heal as well. The Leer, though, will force him away. In the meanwhile, though, Vanity's found a site for free. Cloud9 drawing rotations. They've somehow found a spike plant on this half buy.
The fact that they have a spike plant in a 4v4, this is definitely winnable now. Zeta only has a Marshall, but it could still do some tags, maybe a tag him and bag him. Setup can work out for Cloud9 in this pose. In comes the recon bolt of Zeta, but Vanity's fallen to Penny. Mitch trades it out though, dismisses away. And this is now an opportunity gained again for Cloud9. When things go the way of V1, they've been able to strike back. Great owl drone, but Xander undeterred. Drops Zeppo with a headshot. Great shock dart coming through here though from Zeta. And Mitch swings again, has a fourth, and the ace! Mitch has just done the incredible! The Sheriff is here, and he's kicked him out of